So we're buying a house for £100,000 on average. We double every 8 years in the UK. But let's say it takes 15 years to double. Yeah, 15 years from now, it's worth £200,000. Okay? 15 years after that, it's worth £400,000. Let's assume we then sell the house. Okay? We sell the house and we go back to these guys and reverse the roles. So Colin didn't sell the house, and let's say John does. Okay? So John sells his house, and the government come along and they say, well, you've got to pay capital gains tax. You're a 40% taxpayer, so it's 28% tax. £84,000 tax bill. By the way, if you're a 20% taxpayer, it won't be by then, but you'll still have to pay a £54,000 tax bill. So he sells for 400. He pays the tax bill, he pays the estate agent, as he's left with about £300,000. Colin says, hang on a minute, you told me never to sell, principle number one. So what do I do? Okay, so Colin, refinance it and borrow 75% of what it's worth. So if I borrow 75% of the 400, that's 300. So Colin ends up with 300 grand. He has 300 grand in the bank, the same as John. What's the difference? The difference is Colin still owns the house. John's lost it. So they've both got £300,000, but Colin still owns his. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Okay. This is not a trick question. Colin still owns it for another 15 years. We double every 15 years, and it's £400,000 now. What will it be worth when it doubles again? 800,000. And whether Colin is here or not, I hope he is, but another 15 years after that, the £800,000 house, him or his family will own it, but what will it be worth? 1.6 million. So because person one sold the house, and his family just missed out on £1.2 million worth of growth. You never sell your investment property. Never ever sell your investment property. I'm literally telling you to take these properties to the grave with you. Die owning them. I mean, all these people in the 60s and 70s, and the business selling off the properties just to sort out and pay massive capital gains bills, and it drives me crazy. I say you need to die first. Die first. Now, I don't mean die early, just die when you're planning to die, and let the properties be sold later. There's something called, and you can Google this later, capital gains tax washout. Yeah, capital gains tax washout. What is it? If this property, say I pass away and I've got an house and it's worth £800,000 that I bought for 100. So me and my family have made £700,000 of gain by this time, and I pass away. On my death, capital gain tax gets written off. Written off. No one has to pay it. I'm going to come on into inheritance tax, but it's written off. If you just sold it the day before, I just paid 28% tax on the £700,000, a couple of £100,000 in tax. If I die first, then no capital gains to pay. So why would you ever pay capital gains? It's crazy. Okay,